Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope, I hope, I hope that you are doing really, really, really well today. I am in a puzzling mood. Not that I don't understand it, but that I want to do some puzzles. And I really enjoyed Baba, Baba, Baba. Baba is you when I last played it. We had, I think, a few introductory puzzles last time. Towards the end of the video, they were getting quite tricky, so I'm expecting some difficult puzzles this time. Let's go ahead and jump on in though, and we will see just how tricky they get. Okay, so we are here underwater in the lake, I'm pretty sure. And why don't we jump on into puzzle number 8? It would be not very satisfying if I didn't do them in order. This is level 8, and it's called Locked In. Okay. So, in case you missed the last video, Baba Is You is a puzzle game based around some deceptively simple logic statements. We can see a couple on this screen. There's one that says, "Flag is win," and Baba is you on the left there. We also have wall is defeat down at the bottom. And then inside this walled area, we have wall is stop and jelly is stop. And we need to rearrange these statements so that we can win. One issue with this puzzle right here is that we don't have a flag. There's no flag on the screen, but currently flag is win. Wall is also stop. And even if we could shift that so wall is no longer stop, we have wall is defeat on the bottom left. So we're gonna have to think about how we can win this one. What I am imagining is that we can push a load of words over outside the wall to try and get something else to be the win condition instead. Once we make wall no longer stop us, then we can push the words out as well. So this is blocked at the moment, but if I do this, then the words go outside. That will be very helpful, but there's no way for us to get rid of the wall is defeat in the bottom left. So some of the ordering of the statements matters, so we can make jelly wall. I don't think that's too helpful. Oh, I see. We can make the walls into jelly, and that way we can get out. Oops, that's not right. I'll do it the other way around, so we have jelly is wall. At least then we can get out. Oops. I still did it the wrong way around. I want wall is jelly. There we go. And now we can just move this around so we have like jelly is win. Instead, I'll just push it like this. Boop. And then we can, nice, go ahead and win. I think that one was actually pretty straightforward, but I missed the straightforward solution for a while. My excuse is that I haven't played for a few weeks. Hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things. The next level, number 9, is called Changeless. Changeless. And we have a big screen here. Oh, look at that. So, when the level loads in, we have rock is rock, flag is rock, wall is stop, Baba is you, and we have a flag in the middle of the screen. However, as soon as I move, the flag turns into a rock. So it seems pretty straightforward that I want to make the rock a flag instead of the other way around. Oops, there we go. Nice. I wonder if that one was a bit of a tutorial for an upcoming level. That one was pretty easy. Next level is number 10, and we need to move on over here to keep doing them in order. I wonder why they didn't put number 10 next to number 9. Maybe they've grouped the levels based on some kind of characteristic. Number 10 is called 2 doors. 2 doors, and we'll jump on in here. Okay. There is a fair amount going on here. Let's have a look. We have Kiki is you instead of Baba this time. Door is shut. Key is push and open. We have hedge and door is stop. And then down at the bottom we have it's a broken statement at the moment, but it's close to being complete. It says flag is win. So it would be helpful if we could complete that. Let's see. So key is push and open. We can't change at the moment. Neither can we change hedge and door is stop. Really, the only things that we can interact with at the moment are the Kiki is you statement and the door is shut statement. I wonder what if we make our ourselves a door instead. So we are a door. And now we can get into this flag room. However, the flag isn't win yet. If I run into this key, will it destroy me? No. It doesn't, because the door is no longer shut. If I make Kiki shut. Okay. I cannot push Kiki. We want to get rid of this key so that we can get into this little area. And push flag is win into place. So we're gonna have to make something else pushable, I think. What if we turned the key into a key instead? Would that work, I wonder? It does. We can run through Kiki and complete the statement and then run over to the flag. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We need to head back across to this other section for level number 11. Jelly throne, jelly throne, jelly throne, jelly throne. I am anticipating. Oh, I was about to say a load of jellies, but there's just one down at the bottom here. At the moment, it's our win condition. We have Papa is you, of course. Flag is push up here. We also have a statement up at the top that says flag is flag. It's beyond a pretty immovable looking wall. So I guess maybe it's there to stop us from turning the flag into a jelly. Yeah. That doesn't work because then we have two conflicting statements. Otherwise we have flag is stop down there at the bottom and jelly is win. Let's see. There's not too much we can do right now that is helpful. We could make jelly pushable, but we can't reach the jelly, so no point in doing that. What if we made jelly into Papa? We could do that. Jelly will no longer be the win condition, but I think the end goal will be to make the flag the win condition. So jelly is now Papa. I'm gonna have to make the flag pushable again. But I'm a bit concerned about breaking this statement down at the bottom that says jelly is win. I don't really want to move it into some unaccessible places. I think this is okay though. I want to get access to this is in the top section. I think this is fine because we can actually I'm not sure I needed to do all of that actually, because I can just do it like this instead. That's fine. I made things slightly more difficult for myself. I was thinking we needed to push the flag out the way to get the original Baba into place, but not necessary at all. Okay, next up, level 12 is crab storage. Now I'm expecting loads of crabs. No, just one again. Okay, let's see what we've got. Baba is you. Door is shut. And stop. Baba is open. Flag is push. And then there's a little space up here. A kind of funny looking contraption. We have Baba is on the left. And then is win and is defeat on the right. Behind this locked door we also have a crab word. And we have crab the object in this room with us. We also have hedge is stop at the top left. At the moment, if I run into this door, I think Baba will be destroyed. Yes. And the music goes eerily silent, which I don't like so much. This section up here at the top kind of allows us to, I guess, pick a single thing and in turn make it so that Baba is the thing, then the thing is defeat, then the thing is win. Crab would be a good option there. So if we can get to crab, then the ending is already sorted for us. We also have flag is push for some reason. Okay. Why might we want to push a flag, I wonder? We can't push a crab. How about we turn the flag into Baba? So that we have two Babas, and we can use one of them to get into the door. Oh, my Babas are in awkward positions at the moment. Oh, where'd my Baba go? Oh, I've pushed them on top of each other. Made like a funny shaped Baba spider with loads of legs. I'm gonna have to make sure not to do that. We'll stagger our Babas so that I can push them. Okay, so now we can unlock this door and get access to this crab word. Then if I push... Oh, okay. Right, if we turn Baba into a crab, then we can no longer move. Right. I see. We can lock in that Baba is Baba. And that way when Baba is crab is created, it won't work. There we go. Then crab is defeat, and finally crab is win. Nice. I liked that one. I thought the answer was nice and creative. And we're only left with one final level in the lake. Number 13. Called Burglary. Number 13 is, of course, unlucky for some people. So I'm hoping that we don't get stuck on this one for a while. We do have a fair amount going on here though. We are stuck at the moment inside an area made of wool with a door inaccessible to us. We have these statements: Baba is you, door is stop, and then outside of the area we're stuck in at the moment, we have is and win, and we also have key is defeat. Inside this area with us, we have star is push. That's up against a wall, so we can't move it too much. We also have wall is stop, up against a wall. Then, nice and free in the middle of the room, we have key is open and is shut separately. Finally, we have a key, a key item and a star item, a starfish. Right. So, first of all, I was hoping we could push the key with the star, but that doesn't work. Key isn't push at the moment, and we can't make the key pushable because of the position of this push block up against the wall. Oh, we also don't have that the door is shut, so the door won't get unlocked with the key. We could make it so that the wall is shut. So if we manage to get the key to touch a wall, that will, I think, break us open a space. However, the key is defeat at the moment, so we can't touch the key ourselves. Instead, we could make the star into a key. Not specifically a key, but we'll make it so that the star opens up the shut block. There we go. And now we've broken out of the walled area, and we need to make our win condition. Pretty straightforward, I think. We'll just shift the key is defeat statement over a bit and make the key into the win condition instead. Nice. We managed to finish level 13 and complete the lake area. I enjoyed that one. I thought the final puzzle and the area in total was fun and creative. I really like how they've got these really simple mechanics, and they've applied them in some really interesting and creative ways. I think all the best puzzle games work like that. Let's go ahead and jump back to the main area and we'll continue. We do have a choice actually. We picked up a full flower. And I think, no, we need 3 flowers to unlock this door at the beginning. So we're gonna move on ahead to area number 2. Solitary Island. Oh, I was hoping for a nice looking, like, desert island. But, it looks pretty industrial. There's lots of browns here, and I can see a couple robots 0 though, called Poem. Let's see what we've got. Poem level Island 0. We have... This is really cute. Rose is red, violet is blue. Flag is win, Baba is you. That's really sweet, I like that. It is a little puzzle in itself though, because we can't get to the flag at the moment. Let's just, let's see. I mean, if we push this, then we become the flag, but we're stuck. So that won't work. We could do it the other way, but then we don't have anything being us. So we are gonna have to think of a different way to do this. There isn't much that we can interact with, so it should be pretty straightforward. I'm not seeing it right now though. We can push that down. If I break the rose is red statement, then the rose becomes blue. And if I break the violet is blue condition, the violets become green. We can then grab the rose item like that, and then make it so that rose is you and Baba is win. Nice. Nice. That was a cute little puzzle, and I loved the poem. Okay, on to the proper first level for this area. Number 1, called Float. Right. What have we got then? We have Baba is Float, which is a new one. Baba is you. Flag is win, wall is stop, and rock is push. So if Baba is float, what does that mean for us? It means that we float above the flag and we're not touching it. And so we cannot win like this. Right. Okay. I guess we can make Baba into the wall, maybe, and then we won't be floating anymore. Oh, of course. If we turn Baba into a wall, then we have no more Babas to move. We'll need to make it so that wall is you instead of Baba is you. I'll just do it like this, I think. Like that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Baba is float is something that we will need to keep an eye out for. It means we won't be able to win unless we make a few changes. On to level 2 though, it's called Warm River. And we have a big puzzle. Some of them are like zoomed in, so we don't have as much room to move. But the all the words and stuff are quite big, which I kind of like. We have water is hot, Baba is you and float, Baba is melt, skull is defeat and float. Right. So, while floating, the fact that water is hot and Baba is melt doesn't affect us, because we can float on over the water. However, because these skulls are floating too, we can't float over them. And they are currently blocking off the flag. Right. find a way to stop the skulls from floating, which I think will be difficult, because the skull is defeat and float statement is tucked away in a corner. Or we will have to get across the hot river and then break the float condition. Which I think will be difficult, because we would have to, I think, the only way we could do that is by rotating this Baba is you and float statement 90 degrees, and I don't think we have a way to do that without breaking the Baba is you part, which stops us from doing anything. Alternatively, what if instead of making us float, we make the water float instead? Water is hot and float, and then Baba is no longer floating, and I can run underneath the water and the skulls. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so we can move on to level number 3, or we can do, I guess, an extra level. We had a similar one in the lake area. It hasn't got a number, just a dot. Let's do the extra one. Level Island Extra 1, it's called Boiling River. And the setup looks very similar to the previous level we just did. We have a bunch of statements on the left side of a hot river. And on the right we have a flag that will help us win, and a bunch of floating skulls that will make us lose. So, on the left side we have Baba is you and float again. It's in the middle, so we can pretty freely move things around there. And tucked away in the bottom left corner we have water is water and hot. And we also have Baba is melt. So, with water is water, we won't be able to turn it into anything else. That would not work. Water is water and hot. Baba is melt. Baba is melt. Baba is you and float. Baba is water. Baba and water. Water and hot. Baba is you. Baba is melt. So, we're not going to be able to do the same thing as last time, because we don't have the right positioning available to us. I'm pretty sure the statements need to be in one straight line, so we can bend it around a corner like that. And we don't have easy access to an is word, which would be very helpful, because then we could do water is float, and that would work. We don't want to break this Baba is you statement, because then we wouldn't be able to move. I wonder if we have a way of making it so that water is you. Would that work with water is water? And could we even shift things around like that? Water is water, Baba is hot, water is water. We don't really have a way of moving the ears across at all, though, so that won't work. I mean, we can move across, the skulls are floating, so we can't do that. Tricky. This is a tricky one. Float is you is not going to do anything for us. Papa is float is also not helpful. I think we need to turn ourselves into something else, but I'm not sure how to get the ears across down here. What if we did, would this work? If we made it this statement down at the bottom, Papa is melt and you. And then we have access to this is. Oh, there we go. There we go. And then, fingers crossed this works. Whoops. Overshot that a bit. Nice. Okay. Okay. Managed to finish up that one. I think, as long as there's a second. Oh, okay. Just based on how the extra levels were set up last time, I was expecting a second one which would be even more difficult, which I was kind of dreading. So I'm somewhat glad that the extra level ended there. We'll move on to level number 3 then, which is called Bridge Building. Bridge Building, Bridge Building, Bridge Building. Okay, okay. We have a little more room to move here. We have text is float. That's interesting, we haven't seen the text word yet. Although even with the text floating we can still push it. How interesting. We have text is float, Baba is you, rock is push, water is sink, hedge is stop, and flag is win. Right. So initially, what if we just push the rocks into the water? Oh, of course. Although there are 2 rocks on the level, we can't get to the second one at the moment because the rock is in the corner. I wonder what use this text being float is. We can't push it over a hedge, but we can push it over the water. Right. Then if we make rock is win, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. This is not going to make it across though. Okay, a slight change of plans, but I think I still have an idea. We will give ourselves one extra space by pushing one of the rocks into the water, and then we can push rock is push over to rock is win instead. There we go. There we go. I think there might have been more than one way to do that one, but we found our solution. And we can move on to level number 4, which is called Bridge Building. It's somewhat difficult to get the intonation right when you're whispering. Level 4 is Bridge Building with a question mark at the end. Bridge Building. Let's go ahead and see what that is about. Okay. So, a similar setup, except this time we have rock is float instead of text is float. over the river, and they don't sink, which is unfortunate for us. We would prefer them to sink, so that we can get to flag is win and get to the flag. Rock is float. Rock is push. Rock is win. Something else that occurred to me as I was doing the last level that I could have done here, that I could have done instead, was to just push the text over. Oops, I'm not able to push that far enough. Is to just push the text over, but reposition push. Oh, right, I see. Okay. This wasn't what I meant to do, however, it has worked out for us. I was gonna put the push word in front of the rock is words, so I could get the right distance to make rock is win. However, now the text is no longer floating, the text actually sinks and blocks the water, so we can run straight across. I see. I stumbled into that one. Right. A few more levels unlocked, including the second extra level, which is called ... bridges ? While we are hot off of the tail of the previous bridge-related puzzles, let's go ahead and do this one. Okay. Right. So, this time it's, again, a very similar setup. However, we have rock is float and text is float. I'm gonna try to employ my strategy of rearranging the rock is push statement to get enough reach across the river. However, I'm slightly concerned that the rock is floating, and so we're not going to be able to touch it. Unfortunately, that turned out to be correct. Although we have set up flag is win and rock is win. The rocks are floating, and we cannot reach them in the air. What if we did something else? We have slightly less room, but I think we can actually do the same strategy, but slightly higher. Yeah, here we go. So instead of doing rock is win, we do rock is flag. And then we win. Nice. Perfect. So, moving on to level number 5. This one is called Victory Spring. Victory Spring. It is, it's a different color than the previous levels we've done. This one's like a brown. And we're zoomed in, so we have what I'm guessing is a deceptively simple one. We just have a few statements here. We have water is sink, Baba is you, cog is push, and text is float. And then in the middle of a little puddle, a little lake of water, we have the text win, which we are going to have to get access to. If we were to break this text is float statement, we would lose the win. we would lose the win text, which is not helpful. We need that to win. I can push the win text out with the other text, but we're gonna have to make something into win. We're gonna have to make something into win. Text is black text. Can break that. But then the win. Oh, I haven't used these cogs yet. Do they push text? Oops. They do, and they also sync. I think that is gonna be helpful, but I don't know how. I want access to the text is, and also a cog. Oh no, that's actually, I just want access to the is and a cog so that I could make cog is win. So I can push one cog into the water, and I'm gonna have to hold back on the other cog. How is that helpful for so I can get text out the way or float. But is in the middle, of course. Oh, no, that's right. I can use the second cog to push. No. No, not quite right. What if I put both cogs? Put both cogs. Both cogs in the way to push. That didn't do anything differently. Oh. No, I think we've got it actually. I've used up both of my cogs, but I can get text is win instead. Okay. Unfortunate. Text is win doesn't work for us because I guess text is like fundamentally pushable, and so we just keep pushing it out the way. What if we have water is win? Are we gonna? No, that doesn't work either, because then we sink before we win. Does Baba is win work just by itself? Okay, phew. Third time's the charm. We managed to win that one without having to rethink too much. We did clear the area and get another full flower, but there are a couple more levels to do here, which I think we'll focus on before moving to a different area. Number 6 is called Assembly Team. Assembly Team. Level 6, Assembly Team. Right. Okay, this one looks fun. We're currently robots and not Baba. We have robot is you, robot is stop, water is sink, pipe is stop, flag is win. And also we have Baba is you in the middle here with us. That's not what I wanted to do. We have Baba is you in the middle here with us, but it's broken as a statement. And in between the sections is some water. So let's think about this. What I'd really like to do is sync one of the robots so I can get the Baba text across. However, the robots are in line vertically, and that means that they would both fall into the water at the same time, and I don't have a way of staggering them at the moment. this works actually. I do need to push the Baba text into a corner, which means we can't access it anymore. However, we can then go across the river and move the is you text across instead. So we now have Baba is you, and we can move on to the flag. Nice, nice, nice. Perfect, 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 perfect. Right. I think we have time for a few more levels, depending on how difficult they are. Number 7 is called Catch the Thief, with an exclamation mark. I don't know if the punctuation's important for this level title, but I also couldn't get the intonation right while I'm whispering. Right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to undo that because it is interesting. We have skull is defeat, pipe is stop. They're pretty inaccessible, so I don't anticipate being able to interact with those statements at all. We have Baba is you, and robot is move. They're in the middle, so we can move those around. We also have a win text tile, kind of out of the way by quite a bit. And every time I move Baba, the robot moves too. If I let the robot move enough, it breaks the Baba is you statement. So I'm gonna have to start off, I guess, by pushing Baba is you out of the way. I don't know if that's super helpful, but it stops the robot from breaking things. Oh, okay, I see. I think there's a wait button, but I can't remember the space. There we go. So I think all I need to do is make sure the robot is accessible. And then I can push robot is all the way to win. No, that won't work. There is a pipe in the way. There's a pipe just up here, so I wouldn't be able to get some text in the way. I wouldn't be able to get some text in there. Okay. I think what we might be looking to do is to turn robot into us. Robot is you. That way we could, as long as we got the timing right, we could be inside this field that is currently blocked by skulls. That feels like it's going to be a difficult task, considering we need to get the timing right, and we would also need to be able to turn back into Baba afterwards. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go and see what happens. Okay, so I could do robot is Baba is you. Then we've turned into Baba and we can move this win. Okay, I see. I was anticipating needing to turn the robot back into a robot, which not only is impossible, but is also unnecessary because we can do Baba is win instead. There we go. Nice. I was getting a bit concerned about that one. I thought it was going to be really complicated. But we managed to get through it without too much trouble. Let's go ahead and fingers crossed that this isn't gonna take like half an hour. Let's see then. We've got quite a pretty looking level. We have some nice purple grass around the outside. Lots of colours here. We have Baba is you and open. We have water is stop and shut. In the middle of some water tiles, we have a win text. We also have flag and key, both the text and the object. We have a load of cogs around here, but I think they're just for decoration. So, we need to get to the win text and move it out to the key or the flag or something. But at the moment, we disappear when we touch the water. What if we break this statement so that Baba is no longer open? Right. If we do that, then we don't disappear when we touch the water. However, we cannot get through the water because water is stop. So, if we can make something else open. Let's see, it's not helpful. Oops. Can we push the key and stuff? We can't. We can't push the flag or the key because they are not push. It's you and key. What if we did it like this? Baba is you and key. No. That stops us from being able to move. I feel like we want to turn ourselves into, or we want to get 2 copies of ourselves so that we can clear some of these water tiles. However, in order to do that, we are going to have to shift this statement around. So we have like key and Baba is you. Now we're key and Baba. We can break one of the water tiles. If we break the one in the middle, that would be very, very helpful. Oh, right, I see. We can't do that now because we are no longer open. We don't open anything. Key and Baba is you. Right, that is an issue. Let's rethink. I think it's somewhat positive progress that we have turned ourselves into 2 different items. However, we want at least one of those items to be open as well, so that we can break this water tile here. That's going to be difficult. If we just swap this open with a key, with you like that, then we can't move at all. Key and Baba is you. What if we put that in place? That's not we can move the wind round. Baba is you. What if we move something in? Baba is. The text gets stopped by the water as well. We have a flag. Baba is you flag. We only have access to one is. And we can't make like a cross-shaped statement because of the water. Otherwise I don't know, might have been possible to it might have been possible to get the is to be the cross section between Baba is you and something is win. So we can do that, but then we need an is in there, and I don't think there's any way of getting that in there. But it's win, right? We'll shift that back and have another think. I don't know off the top of my head whether this is helpful. However, I'm gonna start it and see what happens. So we can. It might be a bit tricky, but we can actually get this is to be a cross section for like so we could make it like key is open, and then something and then like flag and Baba is you, key is open and something. Again, I don't know if that's too helpful, but I think I will give it a go. See what happens. So we shift this out the way and push this like up here. So now we can get something like key is open as a crossed over with the is. So the key is open now, Baba's you and flag. I don't think that's helpful though, because unless we are the key doesn't move. Don't know two of those. This across. I don't think this is too helpful. And open. Keys open and flag. So that for Baba is you and flag. Flag and Baba is you. This one's a little tricky. Baba is you and flag is not helpful. Shift that back out the way. Flag is open. Flag and key is open. So at the moment I'm running on the assumption that in order to win we need to make something open and also make it movable. And the only way to do that is to turn ourselves into it. And I don't know that there's a way that we can do that, because we only have one copy of the text for key and flag, and we only have one is and one and. So we're gonna have to cross over at some point. You and key. Flag is flag and no. That doesn't work. And that's so that we can get into this middle section and break this top left water, which will let us push the win out. Is there any other way we could do it? If we do that, then that's in the way. Baba is you. We could like alternate between Baba being. I'm gonna restart actually. Yeah. I'm gonna restart just so we start with like a blank slate. I might have screwed myself over by shifting some of those blocks around. Okay, so I mean, we could like shift something like this over so that we have key is you and open. That isn't hugely helpful because we're still in the same position where once the key is gone we don't have anything that is us. we turn one of these items into the other one by crossing over with the is, so that we do something like flag is key. So now we have two keys. I think we need to shift the text around a little bit, but at that point, if we make it so that key is you and win, then there's two, a key is you and open, then there's two copies of us, and we can get rid of one of those squares of water and still have something movable. We're gonna have to shift the text around just a bit so we can still access the key text. Like this. But I'm hopeful. I think this should work. So now we want key is you and open. There we go. We'll do that. Now we have access to this win block, and we can just do key is you and win. Like this. Yeah. Okay. I was a little bit worried about that one. It was seeming very difficult, and I just knew it was going to happen for the final level we do today. However, we made it to the end together. And that is it for today. That is it for today. I'm still really enjoying Bubba Is You though, so if you are also enjoying it, let me know and I'd be happy to do some more videos. Thank you so much for joining me on this one though. I hope that you found it relaxing, and I hope that you come back again soon for another one. Thank you again, and good night, 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 good night.